Just this week, a federal decision was made that everyone who drives through one of these will have to do one of these. It's all a part of the country's efforts to reduce drunk driving and even those who are driving high. We are here at one of the check stops to see how it all works and what exactly is going to change.
Officers will no longer require admission or suspicion in order to do a roadside test. We used to, I guess, filter a little bit through the drivers by asking some of those questions at check stop, when now we'll just be pulling drivers in and demanding the sample.
When you get pulled over, officers will say this to you.
This is a mandatory alcohol screening. You're required to immediately provide a breath sample. This is the roadside instrument, and this is what the officers will be using at the side of the vehicle to collect this mandatory sample from individuals.
If a driver is over 0.05%, then there is a 3-day suspension of both the license and the vehicle. If someone is over 0.08%, they will be charged under the criminal code. We witnessed one driver who was driving with an alcohol level of more than 0.05 but under 0.08. He got his vehicle towed. And while alcohol remains a huge concern, officers are also dealing with those who drive high.
There's really no change for that. We have a pre-screening for drugs, which is called the FSST, and it's something that has existed for quite a few years now, and it's really similar to what you might see on American television, where you see citizens, walking in a straight line and tapping their nose and those kind of things.
Most motorists who drove through the check stop were all clear. We chatted with some of them who support the new legislation.
I'm delighted. I think it's marvelous at this time of the year. Safety, drunk driving, it's just not on, so I'm delighted the police are doing this.
It's fine with me.
Too many stories that you read about parents losing kids, about families being in an accident, hit by drunk drivers, killed. It's just it's unnecessary.
And while many people pass the test, we got a feel for what happens if you don't.
All right, so this is the check stop bus, and what we have on here is 2 holding cells, really similar to what we might have in the district office, where offenders can have their privacy to make their phone calls, contact a lawyer, whatever they need to do. And we also have a washroom in here for those circumstances. And then this is basically our little mini office where we have the computer system, the same as you'd see in our vehicle, and then the breathalyzer instrument.
SPOR hopes the new legislation will have a real impact and help reduce the number of impaired drivers. In Calgary, Brittany Rosen, City News.